Hasta la vista to the old yay. Though I wouldn't be seeing you again, but I could choose to remember the victorias we had in every single day. But that's by the way. It is 365 days gone by. I was just corrected about that. The experience was a leap year, sir. So, in the 366 days we just jogged past, we cried and we laughed, we sighed and we wish we could take back time, the joy and even the being sad. But through all of it, life in itself is our Victoria. So Victoria to horsemen and foot soldiers, Victoria to the old yay, an exponential Victoria in this new yay. They say the good old tunes are our father's medicine. The new is just some radical stuff for Gen Zs. But if I give you the new and the old, which will you choose? Your choice is your peace. If I have the mind of the man that conquered Hades and its sting, then Sophronismus avails me the power to filter out the trash every bit. For life in itself is our Victoria. Victoria to horsemen and foot soldiers. Victoria to the old yay, an exponential Victoria in this new yay. Yesterday is a byword. The present is an unwrapped box. So in my speech, I release the wisdom requisite for your Victoria in this new block. Let my speech be your dashboard, from which you choose the required power-ups and engage the 2025 lap run. So, your choices are your successes, and your successes eventually crown up your tale, your story.
We say Happy New Year! Yeah! Welcome to 2025. Oh my goodness, I am super excited and I'm happy to see you. Welcome to the Medley Show. My name is Tucci and you know it's your midday energy and we are in 2025. Oh my God, 2024 was a year. Yes, it was. But we're here and we are excited. Thank you so much, by the way. That was C4 launching us into the new year and setting the tone for today's edition of the Medley Show. So, like I said earlier, we're coming from 2024 and it was quite a year, but we're excited for 2025 and all that we're going to achieve and the magic we're going to make this year. You agree, right? Yes, I'm sure you do. So on this edition of the show, we are going to be reflecting and of course recharging for the year. And I'm sure you are as excited as I am to bring all that we have planned for you today. Before we get into the conversation, we are going to start by bringing you a feature that we put together, and this is called Welcome to the New Year. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the new year, and this is a guide to a fresh start in 2025. Reflect on the past year. Before diving into the new year, pause and think about all that happened in 2024. What did you achieve, no matter how small? What challenges pushed you to grow? Reflection isn't just about looking back, it's also about appreciating how far you've come and finding lessons that will guide you forward. Realistic goals. The start of a new year feels like a blank canvas, but don't overwhelm yourself by trying to paint the whole picture at once. Focus on specific, meaningful goals, whether it's advancing your career, starting a passion project, or simply being more present with family. Write them down and break them into small, manageable steps. Embrace positivity. Life in Nigeria isn't without its challenges, but our strength has always been our ability to stay hopeful. This year, choose to see opportunities in setbacks and focus on what you can control. Remember, positivity is contagious. Spread it in your house, workplace, and community. Strengthen community bonds. In Nigeria, we thrive on connections. As the new year begins, take time to reach out to friends, family, and neighbors. Check on those you haven't spoken to in a while. A heartfelt message, a shared meal, or even a prayer can remind people that they are not alone. Together, we are stronger. Focus on health. Good health is the foundation for everything else. Start this year by paying attention to your body and mind. Eat well. Don't skip those vegetables and fruits. Get moving, even if it's just a morning walk around your area. And don't forget your mental health. Rest when you need to and talk to somebody if things feel overwhelming. Stay hopeful for Nigeria. No matter the challenges, we are a nation of resilience and faith. This year, let's commit to being part of the solution, whether it's through community service, supporting local businesses, or simply spreading kindness. Nigeria's progress starts with each of us, and together we can create a brighter future. Happy New Year, Nigeria! Let's make 2025 a year of growth, hope, and unity.
Indeed, we need hope, growth, and unity in this new year 2025. So I'm sure that if there is one thing that we all look forward to in 2025 or in any new year, is to be able to set goals and crush them by the end of the year. You want to look back at the end of the year and you're excited as to what you were able to achieve. I know it's also the season of New Year, New Me, New Year resolutions, blah, blah, blah. And by February, you've forgotten what you wrote down and you've moved on back to the same person that you were. So we want to ensure on the Medley Show that you don't get to do the same thing that you did last year. So we want to ensure that you set your goals and you're able to achieve them and you look back and you're excited by December of this year. And to help us do that, I have someone in the studio. I'm excited to introduce him to you. He goes by the name Fife Banks. He is a prosperity advisor, right? And he's also a coach, a consultant, and a creative. Welcome to the Medley Show.
Thank you very much.
I'm excited to see you. So I'm going to have to tell them that, I mean, for all the times I've seen him, he's always suited up, you know, looking all serious, you know, that prosperity thing. So I had to say, sir, please, you know, let's look different today. So I'm glad that you're very welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling? Happy New Year to you.
Well, I feel very excited to be here and I feel very elated to have crossed over.
Oh, yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So 2024, oof, it was a whirlwind, wasn't it? So first of all, I'm going to ask, let's start by reflecting on 2024. What were the key things that you took away from that? Let me start first by asking, how was 2024 for you?
I think it was a very good year for me, 2024, and this is me speaking personally. I know that for a lot of people, you know, it's contrary to what I just described. But in terms of...
I know a lot of people that would agree.
Oh yeah, in terms of, you know, my life, my business, my family, it was a very good year. Of course, we started out, you know, by losing my mother-in-law, you know, on the 31st of January. So that was like, oh, really? Is this what this year is going to be about? You know, but then things, you know, took a different turn from there in terms of business growth, in terms of global expansion. You know, we now do what we do here and in the United States. In terms of new clientele, you know, so it was a very good year for me,
you personally.
to be very honest. And I'm hoping that 2025 will be much a better year. Yeah.
But you know, there was one, maybe it's just social media, but I think I also heard people say that there are a lot of people who are saying the same thing. They're like, oh, 2024, what a year. 2024 was the year. 2024 this. It just felt like 2020. One thing for me was 2024 was very fast. I mean, I felt like we just got into January and in the next few months, I'm saying a Happy New Year again. The year just ran past. But it feels like everyone felt choked, felt troubled this 2024. There were so many things people had to deal with. But I want to ask, what's one lesson you would say we all needed to learn from last year?
From last year.
Following the activities or all the things that unfolded in the past year.
Thank you very much. Such a brilliant question. But let me quickly comment on what you said about the year, you know, ran so fast. That's because you probably had many things to do.
Oh, yeah. I did. I'm not even sure I did all of them, but yes,
Exactly.
I did have a lot of things to do.
Exactly. It looks as if, you have things to do, but the time is never enough.
Never enough.
What's one lesson that we should all take away from 2024? I think it will be to adopt the value of gratitude. Right, because it doesn't matter what you experienced really. The fact that you can be watching this show right now means that you have outlived that, and life presents other opportunities for you to be able to refire and achieve whatever goals that you couldn't crush in 2024. So I think gratitude is one lesson that everybody should take away. Just be grateful, that you went through that year. It doesn't matter what you accomplished or did not accomplish. You are here now. And, there are other opportunities in your future.
I'm glad you mentioned gratitude, because I was going to ask you what role gratitude plays in setting the tone for the new year, like when you're setting out on a new journey. I mean, for me, 2025 is a new journey. It's a blank slate. We all have a blank canvas to start painting afresh. So whatever it was, whatever goals and targets you set for 2024, you didn't paint them, you have a new chance, you have a fresh start. But I want to talk about some common mistakes that people make in planning for the year, because I did introduce you as a premium prosperity coach, advisor, yeah? Everybody wants prosperity. In fact, no matter whatever it is we are praying for, money is the goal. We all want money, last. So, and that's, you're an expert in that. So I just want to ask, let's talk about some common mistakes that people make in planning and setting goals for the new year.
Right. Thank you very much. Quickly, let me touch on the fact that prosperity is much more than money.
Right? We know, but money,
As a matter of fact, it's just one out of the 10 metrics, of prosperity. Okay. And I'm going to be talking about that maybe on another day. Right. But, what are the things that people make mistakes about when they're planning for the new year? I think it's like, going for a game of soccer, right? And the goal you set is to win that game, right?
Yes.
So some would win, some would learn, but then after all of that, the game will end, but life continues, right?
True.
So the first mistake people make is to take failure as, the end of everything, right? The fact that you fail doesn't make you a failure. It's just an event. It means you've learned how not to do something, and then you can do it, in a much better way. All right? So that's one major, thing that people make mistakes about. Another thing is that people actually do not, set goals for themselves. They just want to waltz through life, and in this part of the world where we are very religious, some people take the prophecies that have been spoken over them and, the good feeling, with all the religious activities that they might have done, and they just wish that these things are going to magically, manifest in their lives.
Without wanting to put in the work.
Exactly. And, it's like expecting to eat an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? It's bit by bit. So you must set the goal that ensure that you're able to move from A to B, B to C, and then, of course, all the way to Z. Yes, you may be able to move from A to M, but at least you know that there is a roadmap that you're following. There is an action plan, right? And, another mistake is that for people who develop strategies and say, oh, this is what I'm going to do, many people don't develop a learning plan, right? So you have an action plan, this is what you want to do, but then the question is, what do you need to learn to be able to perform at a level beyond historical, right? So people just feel like, oh, because it's a new year, it's a new me. Well, the information you had, you've got to bring in new information.
Yes.
How about Einstein? He was who said that you cannot expect to solve a new problem, at the old level of information. So you got to learn something new to be able to perform at a much higher level. So along with having an action plan, people should have a learning plan. This is very critical.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because there's something very common I hear a lot of people say. They say things like, oh, 2020, I'm going to use 2025 because it's in 2025, be nice. Or 2025 is coming with this, is coming with that. And that sort of bothers me, because I feel like it's a new year. Like I said, it's a blank canvas. You are the one who is going to put into 2025 what you want to see, what you want to get. But then that brings me to my next question. What are some effective ways people can assess their personal and professional growth over the past year? Like, I'm starting the new year, so I want to assess how well did I do, what did I what mistakes did I make? How can I do that assessment so that I don't go on the same, I don't take the same trail in the new year?
Right. Thank you so much for that. And it's about reflection, right? And if you check, reflection is about, bouncing something off a surface without really absorbing it, right? So it is for people to sit down and calibrate. I think it was Aristotle who said that a life that is not measured is not worth living, right? Because you need to set metric for yourself. And in my work as a management consultant, when I'm doing talent management for organization, I've developed a tool, by which people can, I call it the scanner model, which is actually an acronym for SKANR. You scan yourself, and S stands for skills, K for knowledge, domain-specific knowledge, A for attitude, N for network, and R for resources. So even for you, Tochi, it's a tool that you can use to be able to evaluate last year.
Oh, I will use
to
that.
say, wait a minute, what skills, did I develop last year? What new knowledge about my profession did I acquire? What attitude, did I adopt? And what new network, was I able to build?
Yeah.
And then what new resources came into my life? But guess what? The same tool can be used for 2025 to then say, this year, what are the top 3 skills that I need to be the best in what I do?
Okay.
All right? And then like that. And then you're able to find the gap that, okay, of all these top 3 skills, on a scale of 0 to 10, where am I today? Where do I need to be?
Okay.
And that
so
way you have
we
a
need to
pathway.
go, but I'm going to put that. We'll say, what's your I want you to talk to my audience. What's your advice for setting meaningful and realistic goals for the new year?
Well, let me first start by saying that everybody's dream is valid, all right? Because you see, there are all manner of schools of thought. There are people who say, set small goals. There are some people that will say, set big, hairy, audacious goals. Well, what matters is that you set goals, first of all. And a goal is essentially what you desire to achieve, right? So I would say that whoever you are, whether you're an executive watching this, whether you're a young person, is to first sit down and look at the different aspects of your life. The human being is multi-dimensional, right? A lot of people know that, okay, yeah, the spiritual, maybe the solical, maybe, physical goals in terms of my health and wellness, right? Spiritual in terms of I want to be intimate with God, and then solical could be your academic or your career.
Right.
But of course, there are other dimensions to life, financial, right? You just mentioned that, because money is a very integral part of, of life. It's not the only thing about life, but it's very important, right? So now you need to tell yourself, today being the 1st of January, by the end of March, Q1, what do I want to achieve in all these areas? And you must move from just thinking about it
To actually doing it.
writing it down. That's the first thing. Because now what you're doing is that you're trying to create something, right? And that's why you hear words like manifesting, your desire and all those kind of stuff. Now, these are just vocabulary. We can dimension it and everybody can understand it in plain language, right? But for you to bring something from the realm of the invisible in your mind to it becoming a reality in your life, there is a process. And goal setting is an integral part of that process.
Right.
So when you're thinking about it and you're visualizing that which you want to achieve, let's take, for instance, a lady watching this, you want to lose 70 pounds, all right? And so you've seen somebody who has the right weight that you're looking for, and you're always visualizing that. Maybe you've even gone on Pinterest and you've, taken a picture, you put it on your fridge somewhere you can always see it. Now, you need to write it down. What amount of weight do you want to lose? Because if you're just wishing it, then it's not specific.
Happen. Right.
All right? And so, and it's like this saying that if you don't know where you're going, everywhere looks like your bus stop. Right? So, you need to be very specific.
Okay.
All right? And then, after being specific, you need to know that it's something that is easily achievable for you. Start from goals that are simple. When you achieve those ones and you celebrate them, what you are doing to your mind is that you are creating the capacity to be able to move to the next level.
Okay. So saying that you know, the way you're saying it, it's seeming so easy, but it's not that easy.
It is easy.
But, you know, it's not that easy. But people, you know, when you say people need to also find a way to stay consistent and motivated through these goals.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to let you go. But before we go, we're going to play a quick game. So I'm going to mention a few words. We're going to play a game called My 2025 Bucket List.
Right.
So when I mention a word, you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, yeah? Okay, so travel destination.
Singapore.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
Singapore is beautiful. Okay, skills to learn.
Skills to learn. How to close billion-dollar deals.
Is that a skill?
It is a
Please,
skill.
I need to learn that skill
Yeah.
too. Okay, so habit to build.
Habit to build. To be able to relate a bit more with policymakers and politicians who I have solutions to help.
Is that habit? I feel like I just said, telling me your word, but it's okay. Thank you so much, Ifeanyi, for coming on the
Thank you
Medley
so
Show
much.
today. And we've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and I'm sure my viewers have too. So thank you again for coming on the show today. Okay, that was Ifeanyi giving us tips and tricks as to how to win, set our goals, and crush them this year. We will go straight to Bump or Dump, but when we come back, I will open the phone line so that you send me messages and tell me your most memorable time of 2024. Bump or Dump, up next.
Pull up. That's how we 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 pull up. Hey. Pharaoh turn up with the gang. If you seen us do it before, we burn it up again. Drop bombs without a bang. My name should be wardrobe the way these chicks wanna hang. But I got skeletons in my closet. I had a head, not trying to focus on what caused it. Laughing to the bank, making deposits. And all that broke this shit, my man paused it. Every day's a holiday. Every day we steady rocking all the way. Don't care what your man gotta say. When we turn up, baby, come over this way. Every day's a holiday. Every day we steady rocking all the way. Don't care what your man gotta say. When we turn up, baby, come over this way. Cause I'm on, we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. I said we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. Wanna make we pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. Nah, we go pull up. Anyhow, we must pull up. No how, we did pull up. I'm a man, we did pull up. You don't want me go pull up. Anyhow, we must pull up. No how, we did pull up. I'm a man, we did pull up. Hey, economy, no they affect us. Now they affect the economy, round of applause. This life, no be by force, so we can just turn up with full force. Coming to a hood near you, blockbuster. We did bring you better groove. The movement is on the move. When we pull up, we did turn up like we got nothing to lose. Every day's a holiday. Every day we steady rocking all the way. Don't care what your man gotta say. When we turn up, baby, come over this way. Every day's a holiday. Every day we steady rocking all the way. Don't care what your man gotta say. When we turn up, baby, come over this way. Cause I'm on, we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. I said we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. Wanna make we pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. Nah, we go pull up. Anyhow, we must pull up. No how, we did pull up. I'm a man, we did pull up. You don't want me go pull up. Anyhow, we must pull up. No how, we did pull up. I'm a man, we did pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. The Pharaoh. I'm on, we go pull up. No doubt, we did pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. Hey, we did pull up. I'm on, we go pull up. No doubt, we did pull up. I'm on, we go pull up.
The Medley Show. Thank you so much. That was Ferocious's new EP titled Pull Up. So you guys, I hope you pulled up to the show today. This is to the Medley Show, and it's still our New Year special. We're reflecting and we are recharging. So right about now, we're going to have a conversation. We want to do a bit of a retro on the entertainment industry and the fashion industry, of course, in the past year, and what we're looking forward to in 2025. Yes, we're still reflecting and recharging. So I have in the studio, I have Shadrach Iyo from he's an OAP with Beats FM. We call him the Big Shady. Welcome to the show.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Happy New Year to you, Shady. And I also have Babalola Oluwasho. He is a fashion designer.
Hi.
We call him Babs with the Vibes.
Yeah, hi. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Happy New Year to you
Happy
too.
New Year to you.
So before we get into all that, tell me a bit about it. How was 2024 for you? I mean, you heard me talking with FIFA. So how was 2024? Are you one of those that did, oh my God, 2024? Or you're like, oh my, 2024 was a great year. How was it for you?
Let me just say the PTSD of 2024 is still very much on. I might need therapy.
Therapy! Oh no, that's deep.
It was an odyssey. That's what I would call it.
Okay. That was all it was for you.
That's the best way to describe
Wow,
it.
how about you?
I mean, it was pretty interesting for me because, like, I had my business grow. I got opportunities to show my designs in different places. So
Wow.
for me, like, for business, it was great. Family-wise, it was good. We thank God it was a great year. Just looking forward to amazing stuff we can do in 2025.
Oh, fantastic. I'm looking forward to amazing stuff in 2025 too. But okay, let's quickly dive into, let's do a retro into the, I'm going to start with music because that feels like a specialty. Tell me, how did the Nigerian music industry fare in 2024?
Not to steal a phrase from Obi Obo Ichok, it was loaded with a lot of things.
Right.
I think for the first time we began to understand that maybe international collaborations were as easy as this because we had so many of them.
Yes, we had a lot.
We had so many of them, from the Ashakes to the Fireboy DMLs to the Thames. It was everywhere, and it made us appreciate genre.
We had
or
Chris Brown
subgenre.
speaking pidgin too.
Did you understand?
Yeah.
There's a category for him now in the world. So, I mean, it's beautiful. We love the growth, but I think 2024 reflected it on a new level musically, and how much more we can actually get from the entire thing. So, it just expanded so many other things for us.
Okay. How about you? How did it go for the fashion industry?
This year 2024 was an amazing year for the fashion industry because we had
I agree.
our local designers showcase their designs in international fashion weeks. We had a lot of international collaborations because right now, African prints, I think, the world is gearing towards African prints. So a lot of our designers are beginning to tell stories with our local techniques, like tie and dye. Ashoke was a big part of 2024.
Yes, it was.
It seemed like almost every brand had like an infusion of Ashoke
Ashoke
in their design. And so for the fashion industry in Nigeria, it was big because we got people to start to see and listen to our stories. So yeah, it was quite an interesting 2024.
So, Shadi, which you've mentioned a lot of names, you know, you've called the Ashakes, the Fireboy DML, Obi, of course, Burner, and all of them. But which artists, like which Nigerian artists ruled 2024 for you, and what made their music special? Why?
I don't know if I would say just one artist, because I feel like while we had maybe like one of the most focused female power moves this year for a lot of female artists, which is something I was very happy to be a part of, from the Ira Stars to the Thames to the King Maddies.
King Maddie, I was waiting for you to say that.
It was just remarkable.
Yeah.
So, but while the ladies were doing their thing in that sect, we had young names and young energy from young, artists who were just sort of like breaking new grounds. You had the Taves, you had the Ayomaf, you had Odumodo on a different level completely.
Yes.
So it was just a year like you thought you were focusing on one thing and you had a plethora of things to focus on. It was really, really, really productive.
Right. So I'm going to get into movies a bit too because, I love movies.
Yeah.
That's easier for me to talk about. Then while you guys are, shining with fashion and music, let me share with movies. So if you were to sum up Nollywood in 2024, what word would you call it? How good we did or how bad we did?
I would say the bad reduced a bit. I saw a number of. That was the first time in a few years, I deliberately paid to watch Nollywood movies in cinemas.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I think I saw maybe like 6.
Wow.
Yeah, I was quite
Which
proud.
was your favorite?
I was quite proud of what they did. Funke Akindele's Battle on Booker Street was pretty wonderful.
Battle on Booker Street.
Yeah, Battle on Booker Street.
That's A Tribe Called Judah.
No, Tribe Called Judah was after Battle on Booker Street.
Yeah, that was 20. Well, you know the thing is, we like to call A Tribe Called Judah a 2024 movie, but it's actually a 2023
Yeah,
movie.
so
That's just like now we're about to start calling Everybody Loves Jennifer a 2025 movie,
movie.
but
Fair
it's from
enough.
December into
Fair
that.
enough.
But like all the movies you went to see, what movies of 2024 stood out for you?
Nigerian.
Do you watch movies? Nollywood.
I mean, Nollywood sometimes.
Leave us alone.
I would say
Talk to me.
Betrayed. Betrayed stood out for me.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
why?
the continuity of it, the story, the intrigue behind it. It's a movie that if you walked into the cinema midway, you will need someone to explain to you what you've missed, but you will be fully engrossed in wherever you met it. I think it was his name is the Yoruba actor who's also a director. I'm going to try and remember his name right now, where he hangs out with his friend for a promotion celebration. His friend brings a lady over, frames him for the lady's murder. His wife has to be the savior of the day, knowing fully well that he cheated. And then they figure out later
like
it's a
him
framework.
murder and cheating movie.
No, it was very, very relatable, very
Okay,
humane.
so I'm also glad you mentioned collaborations. Let
Yeah.
me take you back to me. So what role do you think collaborations made in making 2025 big, in the 2024 big for our music industry?
I mean, it's a no-brainer at this point. I think a lot of the forebears in the music industry have been laying that notion in the minds of creatives that we can only shine better the more we collaborate. Babs is in the fashion industry, but our world always meets.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to say it at some point because music, movies, and fashion always meet at every point.
yes.
I mean, they always meet. So with that, I'm going to ask you, Babs, yeah? So are there designers or stylists that stood out for you in 2024, like make 2024 remarkable in Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, apart from me, a couple others. A couple others, definitely.
I was expecting you to say
A
that.
couple others. I mean, just to speak on the Nollywood conversation, I feel
Yeah.
like the synergy has been really interesting because now award shows are giving opportunities for stylists in movies to get awards. The movies right now, styling is a big part of it.
It is a big part
You
of
know,
the
so
movie.
there's a whole space, and the synergy is great because in the movies there's music too.
Yes.
So the three creative industries are coming together, and what that is doing for like us as Nigerians is putting us on a bigger scale, right? So for every industry you are in the creative space, like there's an opportunity for you to go global because our Nollywood is doing big things internationally, our music is doing big things internationally,
and so is our
fashion as well. We had Kenneth Eze collaborate with one of the biggest fashion companies in the world this year, this 2024. Maya Tofo did amazing as well.
Does he always?
Always. And we also have like the GT Co-Fashion Week, the Arise Fashion Week as well. That's giving opportunities to designers to express.
The Lagos Fashion
Lagos
Week.
Fashion Week as
Then
well.
There was
So
a men's fashion week in Abuja as well.
There was,
Then
there was.
the
In
African
Jabi.
Bridals Fashion Week, yeah.
So
I remember all that.
recently we've been seeing more opportunities for designers and models because the fashion space is bigger than just designers. We have the makeup artists, we have the models, we have the engineers backstage that are managing the runway. You know, so it's more than just the designers. So it's a big space and we're doing really great. I feel like we have so much more for the world to see.
Yeah, because I agree with you completely. Music helps to tell the stories in the movie. And fashion.
Fashion, yeah.
I mean, when you look at what the actors are wearing, you can tell if it's an epic or medieval movie. You can
Exactly.
tell if it's an urban pop culture movie. You can tell if it's a what they call it, flashback kind of movie. You just understand. And the music also works as well. So yeah, I agree with you when you say that all three of them are intertwined. But I also want to talk about, we had a lot of red carpet moments in 2024. From movie premieres to fashion weeks and people just wanting to have events and then there's a red carpet.
Also music awards.
Music
awards as well.
You know, and all that. So were there some iconic red carpet moments for you in 2024?
I mean, I'm into men's fashion, so there's someone I'm very particular about, and that's Ebuka.
Right.
I mean,
you have
like,
to go there.
Yeah, I mean, he wears the most interesting fits. You know, I think fashion is just beyond the clothes. I think your confidence is pretty important, and the way you carry yourself. So, men are now paying more attention to details as well. So you can see guys wearing suits that has glitters. You know, you can see guys that wear
showing their feminine side, or showing up in pink.
I mean, there's that
or
too.
lavender suit.
I mean, pink colors are not restricted to gender actually. So, but we can do that.
At some point.
Yeah, you know.
There was a time that men just stuck to the black, the blue, the gray.
Agreed.
And then women were the ones who did red, pink, yellow.
Agreed. I feel like...
I mean, all the funny names of colors, they came from us.
True.
But now it looks like they also the TV too.
I don't think it's... I think it's just... It's shared. Yeah, yes, you know, good question.
It does look good anyway.
Okay, that's what matters, you know. So I feel like for the male influencers and the male celebrities, they're paying more attention, maybe even a bit more than the women now, because, you know, we have couture designers for men.
Yeah.
You know, that make stuff for those type of events. And I think it's important that we have runways, we have red carpets, because it's a chance for the world to see what we have. For me, fashion is a means of telling stories.
Is a big deal.
Yes,
now.
it's a big deal. Like,
you know,
there's even the part of, before the red carpet, you have to do a proper photo shoot.
Yes.
So by the time you're on the red carpet, you have content to drop for your fans. So it's a big deal. It's just beyond the red carpet now. And it's great for me as a designer because it gives me an opportunity to express myself.
Okay, so Shadi, Afrobeats continue to dominate, like Afrobeats is always a thing, but did you notice any emerging new genres in the music industry that was beginning to gain traction?
Oh, I did. It's interesting that a lot of things now are pegged as Afrobeats, even though I feel like, you know, they are sort of like tinctures of Afrobeats.
Yeah.
You had, you know, songs that seem more like funk Afrobeats. And then you have artists who are, to borrow my fashion brothers angle, the bare bottoms are coming back. I'm looking at outfits who are dressed in very interesting ways, and it blends with their music. I remember Steve Lacy's music back in the day, and I wondered what he would look like because the sound somehow just created a visual in my head as to what he would look like. You hear an artist perform an alternative music. This one is alternative. I know what he would dress like. So it's very interesting. But I would say we're gradually focusing more on redefining what Afrobeat is for a number of people, aside the big argument of what Afrobeat should or should not be. For me, largely, it's our cultural infusions into a popular sound. And while pop would always be a root genre for a lot of other aspects, for the cultural niche relevance that Afrobeat plays is why a lot of people clamor to just calling everything that they do Afrobeat. But I would say that a lot of very interesting new sounds are coming up. A lot of hip-hop artists performing with hybrid productions, not your typical hip-hop productions. It's very interesting. It's very interesting for me to listen to.
Okay, so I want to go back a little to movies, So we saw a lot. Okay, so the thing is, every Christmas, when we want to watch Christmas movies, it has to be some foreign movie. If you're not waiting for Hallmark, you're waiting for some, you know, Hollywood.
Some NBC movie.
But last year, we saw at least 10 to 15 Christmas movies come out of Nigeria. What's up with that? Like, how does that make you feel about our industry?
I feel we can only be the ones who tell our story better. Not to.
I mean, did you see Christmas in Lagos?
Yeah, that was a great movie. I did.
I loved the cameos about so many things.
And the fashion.
It was everything. It was a great movie.
Was everything.
Definitely, it was a great movie.
Another movie where fashion pop, but wasn't a Christmas movie, was Latifa.
Yes,
that movie did very, very well. Probably because I'm also on the advertising angle, I could relate with the main character in a lot of ways. But it also the fact that they were trying to sell the creativity of the person. You could tell that this person is either someone who studied advertising and then got into acting.
Oh, you won't be surprised that it isn't, because if you saw Seven Doors, Chioma Chukwuka literally had to learn Yoruba to act that movie.
Because here's the thing, if she's not in that line of work, it's even more impressive. Because the way she sold the role, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Okay, so Babs, quickly speak to me about some fashion pitfalls you saw in 2020. We're just talking about how good it is. There must have been some pitfalls as well.
I don't want to be dragged online, so I might just avoid that question. I'm just saying, like,
name calling.
I mean, so here's the thing about fashion, right? everybody has their different expressions of fashion.
Yeah.
Well,
So
true.
I can't judge people's fashion sense per se. I mean, recently there's been a lot of crop tops. Guys have been wearing crop tops.
Whew, tell me about it.
So I'm saying that everybody gets a chance to express how they want to, and I don't think we listen, we look, we don't judge. We look, we don't judge. So
Really? Okay, you look, not listen.
no,
now.
look, I look, but
Right.
I don't judge. But I would say that with the fashion industry, we're becoming bolder,
Yeah.
becoming more creative. I think that's what's most important. Those are the things I think we should focus on. The fact that now our designers get a chance to be put on a larger scale, on a
Right.
bigger audience. And now I think people are watching a lot of Netflix movies, you know, Nigerian movies.
Speaking of Netflix, like that was off for me this year. We had Prime Video leave at first, and then Netflix also left at some point in the year.
Yeah.
We still have Nigerian movies on Netflix as well, but what do you think that means for film industry? Because it looked like at some point everyone started tilting towards Netflix. The cinema was beginning to lose some attention, and then all of a sudden, also in 2024, we saw a lot of YouTube movies
Exactly.
popping up. So I want to talk about, just briefly before I let you go, what do you think Netflix leaving Nigeria means for our industry, good or bad?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a bad thing. I feel like if they leave, a different platform will come up.
True.
This is Netflix that back in 2006, I wrote to them to ask why they were not in Nigeria. And the email I received was that they were not considering it then. And 4 years later, it was such a big deal.
A big deal.
In Nigeria. So Prime Videos, a number of the other ones are trying to see how much they can soak up the African market. And they're sponsoring a lot of content as well. But you have to understand, all these monies they're putting out, they're hoping to get traction.
Yeah,
in
and
return.
they
They
are
hope to
getting
They are
traction.
getting traction.
Well,
They are.
maybe the big picture they're looking for is not what they're getting from this market, from the
yeah.
African market or the Nigerian market right now. So maybe if they pull out, they have a rethink, they can always come back to the table and say,
Okay.
But I also think the market is quite volatile right now.
yeah.
Okay, so I have to let you go, but we're gonna play the same game that I played with Fife,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because of course we're all planning for 2025 and we're
Yeah.
excited. We all have goals, blah 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 blah. Okay, so 2025 bucket list. I'll start with you, Shadi. Travel destination.
Ooh, I want to go to Norway.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's a strange choice. How about you?
I'm definitely going to go to China.
Okay.
Right.
I'm looking forward to exploring the fabric market.
Oh, that
It's,
makes
it's
sense.
a whole,
Designers
it's a
have
lot, it's a
called
lot.
fabric market.
But yeah,
Okay, okay. So skill to learn, Shadi.
I would want to perfect my production skills. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
How about you?
my video editing skills, because content is the way now. So
Is the way,
yeah,
brother. I'm feeling you. So, habit to build, Shadi.
Come again?
Habit to build.
2024 showed us Shaggy. Do I want to take more risks this year? I don't know about that. I'll put a pin on that one. I don't know what I want to
Okay,
say
so
on
how
that
about
yet.
you?
Definitely taking more risks.
More risk. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Anyway,
Just
thank
add
you
my
so
face to your own.
thank you so much, Shadi and
pleasure.
Babs, for coming on the Medley Show today.
a
I hope we get
pleasure.
to do this again sometime in
I
the
hope so
future.
too.
This is still the Medley Show. We go straight to popping or flopping. Stay with us.
Yeah, what makes it sound pop? What makes it sound trend? You'd have to dare to do something people have not done, something people are not doing at a particular time. Because what's the trend? A trend is what people talk about or what people see or listen to at a particular time. So you have to be doing what people are not doing. That's when people pick interest. Yeah. What inspires trends? A lot of things can inspire trends. History inspires trends. A lot of things. But let's use when P Square did the song with Alaye, they mentioned where if he finished like Finidi George, something like that. And then years later, nobody ever knew Finidi George was going to be the coach of Nigeria. And he could not finish. He could not round up the whole coaching deal he signed with Nigeria. And he left, and all of a sudden, a song of over 10 years ago started trending all over again. So you see, that line, something relatable, something that like can be history. People can go pick Imam and Shatta today, and you bring it back, and then people from before, and then people now are like, okay, what new sound is this and all that. So history and a lot of other things, relatable, can inspire trends. Yeah. I would say Amapiano. Amapiano and hip hop, basically. Amapiano and rap. I'll talk about Kendrick and Drake. They revived hip hop. They revived the culture. From my expertise, people are going to come for me, but it doesn't really matter. Afrobeat is flopping right now, and no disrespect to every Afrobeat artist and everybody trying to put Afrobeat up there, but a lot of people put Afrobeat up there. But I'll mention three, the most famous three who everybody knows. That's Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy. These guys went global with Afrobeat, and then all of a sudden, one claimed not to be an Afrobeat artist. Another one claimed that Afrobeat had no substance. You can't claim that Afrobeat does not have substance, but the no substance will what put you up there. And then you put that on global TV. I feel like that is what flopped Afrobeat. I can't really say Davido said this or that, because I'm not going to say what I don't know. But then, this big thing put Afrobeat there. So I feel like for Afrobeat to flop to this level, it had to do with those global interviews. What up, it's your boy K to the AIISWAGZ, and we're live from the longest 7 channel on Nigerian television, NTA, the Medley Show, Nigeria. We out.
Okay, that was Popping or Flopping, our first Popping or Flopping for the year 2025. Now, I'm going to take a few messages. Do remember I said you can send your messages to 0913-8989-550. So send your messages. Tell me what 2024 was for you. What are you looking forward to in 2025? Do you know? Just talk to me. I know I get to read it on the show. So I have a few messages already in, so I'm going to read them. This person says, congratulations and Happy New Year. I pray God to satisfy you and your family with good things in 2025. 2024 was such a year, but I'm glad we are here. Wasn't it for all of us? So I have another message. It says, oh, I'm so glad we lived through 2024, but I'm excited for 2025. I'm as excited as you are. I have Joy. Joy from Kaduna says, the God that saved us for 2024 will take us through 2024. Joy, I say amen to that prayer. Of course, you take us through 2025. It looks like this 2024 really showed people shege. Fife, I don't know where you got yours from, but people seem to have a different impression of 2024 from yours. But I'm going to take a few more messages. Michael says, 2025 is looking beautiful already. I already got gifts today. Oh, congratulations to you, Michael. And I have Tosin. Tosin says, if 2025 turns out to be like 2024, then we shall just pack our bags and tell Jesus to come. Was it that bad? I don't think it was that bad, Tosin. So I have Abdulmalik says, it's 2025. Yay. Yes, I'm as excited as you are. It's 2025, and I'm happy to be done with 2024. I'm excited about 2025. So Joseph says, 2024 seemed dark at the beginning because I lost someone very dear, but I seem to be getting over it, and I'm looking forward to 2025. I'm so sorry for your loss, and just as you are, we are looking forward to 2025. I have another message from... Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't quite pronounce the name so that I don't murder your name, but I'm going to read your message all the same. It says, I had an enjoyable Christmas that made up for all the drama of 2024, but 2025 is here. Let's move forward and let's win together. Yes, I am with you. We're going to win together in 2025. I have another message. It says, thank you so much for bringing us this amazing show. Thank you so much for watching. Christmas was beautiful and 2025 is going to be amazing. Well, we look forward to a beautiful 2025. And with that, we've come to the end of today's edition of The Medley Show. Welcome to 2025. Happy New Year, and I will see you next week. Until then, you take care. My name is Tochi. Bye for now.
There is only one, just you. I find it hard to say, I wish you knew. I am on your Instagram all day, stalking you. You in my life is all I'm hoping for. If you go be mine, dear, now forevermore. and talk my mind and say how I feel inside, but I fear you won't feel the same for me. Oh, if she loves me, hallelujah. If she says she loves me, hallelujah. Oh, when she loves me, hallelujah. If she says she loves me, hallelujah.
I see the way he looks at me. I know the things he does for me. Boy, if I could read your mind, I wonder if I'd be inside, if you could be mine.